Welcome back to MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic. In today's video, I've just got the hankering to crack open a pre-constructed commander deck. So, let's take this Aura of Courage pre-constructed deck from Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Let's crack it, and let's feast on the goodies inside. What's up, MTG BC? That is the MTG Burgeoning community. We are about to crack open this D&D commander deck, Aura of Courage, and check out exactly what is in this deck. All right, let's do it. Like the pull tab. So that comes off pretty easily. Oh, there's the deck box. Oh, all of our goodies are in there, it feels like. All right, so there's nothing left in that. That's nothing, of course. And these little counter things have proven to be useful. This was a good inclusion. Losing the card, the big card, maybe not so much, but it will be an adjustment and we'll get over it. But these little placement cards are good reminders if you have some triggers, upkeep, draw step, right on top of the library. That's a nice place to stick them. That's what I usually do. So we'll pile these babies up right underneath Jason Tennille. Okay, here is our deck box. Like the scales, gotta tell you, liking the scales. All right, we open this baby up. We've got, let's see, we've got our filler packaging to make sure everything stays in there nice and tight. So to the recycling box you go. Here is our traditional life spinning, our spin down counters, which actually, these aren't bad. I mean, those, I don't prefer getting more and more 20-siders. Those are pretty cool, so not a bad thing, I don't think at all. How to play Commander, I think that one is, so we'll just put that one over there, because we hope that we know that sometimes. Deck box, not too shabby. We'll just put that up over there. All right, here we go. We have Galea, the Kindler of Hope. This is a pretty sweet Bant commander, particularly if you're looking to do Aura and Equipment theme. A 4/4 Vigilance. Look at the top card of our library at any time, and we can cast Aura and Equipment spells from the top of our library. That in and of itself is a really, really good ability to have, particularly in the colors that we see right here. I mean, blue is all about setting up the top of the library, so you could really go out of your way to revise this deck to get some choice auras and equipments onto the top of your library and cast them whenever we want. And that also says when you cast an equipment this way, it gains when it enters the battlefield, attach it to creature you control. Even better would be splashing in Leyline of Anticipation. I know it's a bit more expensive, but Vidalcan Orrery does the same thing. For the colors that we're in and for the overall value of the deck, I think Leyline of Anticipation, giving all of our spells flash, would be even better. Because then we can just cast it anytime, at any point in the game. All right, enough talking about the commander. Now let's take a look at the 99. Let's see what's in here. I gave the deck lists of this set a precursory look way back when they were first coming out. I can't tell you I remember everything that's in every deck, but that's why we do this, as a way in which to remember, and then add Disseminate or Keep in the collection. All right, so Galea, you are pretty sweet. You are going to stay. You're going over here in the pretty sweet pile. Okay, so we have our secondary commander, which is Storvald, Frost Giant Jarl. Okay, I'm not sure what Jarl is, but... So we got 4 in Bant for a 7/7 with Ward 3. That means, you know, it has hexproof unless the spell or ability is paid an additional 3. Let's see. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, choose one or both. Target creature has base power toughness 7/7 till end of turn. Oh, I remember this guy. Target creature has base power toughness 1/1 till end of turn. When I first saw this giant revealed, I was losing my mind. I'm like, how could they create a creature that powerful? That's got to be ridiculous. This is going to be one of the most valuable cards in the set. Until after some time, I then realized that each of his abilities is until the end of turn. Then I was crestfallen. I was like, oh, that's really not that good. I mean, it's okay until end of turn, but I thought originally that it was like permanent. That would have been ridiculous. All right, Storvald, we'll put you up there over to the side because you are one of the potential commanders. All right, so we have, Evolving Wilds. Clay Golem. All right, roll a die. I like the roll a die cards. The dice rolling commander deck that's going to be upcoming on the channel that we're going to unbox as well. I'm actually contemplating keeping the core of that deck together and then infusing it with more dice rolling cards and spells, just because I think that would be a very, very cool deck to add to the catalog. So Clay Golem, you may find a place in that deck if you aren't already there. All right, Monstrosity. When it becomes monstrous, destroy target permanent. Whoa, that's pretty sweet. Wow, that's not bad at all. It comes down at 4, then at 6 to destroy any permanent. Whoa, geez, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, you're going to go into the awesome pile over there. Absolutely, yes. All right, Ebony Fly. All right, Artifact ETB's tap for a colorless. Tap 4, roll the d6. This isn't the dice rolling one. It's the Gruul one that has all the dice rolling cards, I thought. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it was the green-red that had the majority of the dice rolling cards. Well, let's take a look at this one. 4, roll a d6. Till end of turn, Ebony Fly becomes XX insect with flying, where X is the result. All right, that's pretty decent. Plus, we can tap it 4 mana. When it attacks, another target creature gains flying. Well, that's not too bad. Only for 2. Enters a battlefield tap. That's not bad. We'll put that in the sweet pile. All right, cool. Sword of Hours. All right. Equip creature attacks. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's not anything different. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, roll a d12. If the result is greater than the damage dealt or the result is 12, double the counters on that creature instead. That's not too bad at all. This would be a really good card in the Zaxara deck. That's a deck that has tons and tons of X spells, and among those X spells are many, many Hydra spells. So this could be a really good way to give it kind of a primordial Hydra effect by doubling the damage, up to a point, of course, because once we get to 12, then the doubling of the counters ceases. But it might be worth a look. Let's put it into the cool pile. All right, Angelic Gift. Okay, got an aura. Let's just get it flying and then draw a card. That's not too shabby. Griff's Boon, originally from, it's either Shadows or Eldritch Moon. I can't remember which one. Valorous Stance, that's a great card. All right. Oh, Brainstorm. See, like I said, blue setting up the top of the library. There's Brainstorm right there. Curse of Verbosity. Okay. Draw a card. Yeah. This is a card I would not play with because, as you know me on this channel, I don't want to put cards in my opponent's hands. Eel Umbra with the Totem Armor. All right. Psychus Impetus. Let me ask the community out there, what do you think of the impetus cycle of auras? Do you play with them? Do you think they're valuable? I don't know. I don't know if I've come around completely to the idea of including these in any of my decks. Let me know in the comment section what you think. All right, we got a Riverwise Augur. Again, here we go. Setting up the top of the library. Another one, Serum Visions. That's a great card to have. You can never have too many of those. Abundant Growth, right? Acidic Slime, that's, staple. Fertile Ground for our ramping. Kenrith's Transformation, that's a good aura that we can use to, not really remove, but kind of sedate one of our opponent's creatures. Plus, when it ETBs, we get to replace it by drawing a card. So that's a pretty good aura to include. Nature's Lore, very nice. Search your library, search your card, right? Search your library for a forest card, put it onto the battlefield. 1 in a green, and it doesn't come into play tapped. You are going up there into the sweet pile. All right, Paradise Druid from War of the Spark fame. Rancor, best green aura ever printed. You get a spot at the head of the table. Utopia Sprawl, yep, that's a good one too, as long as you're putting it onto a forest, of course. Wild Growth for the ramp. Bant Charm. Oh, man, the Bant Charm is one of the best charms in Magic. Very glad to have another copy of that added to the coffers. Behemoth Sledge. Okay, it's a Selesnya equipment. Trample, lifelink, +2/+2. Pretty good. Shielding Plaques. All right, you've seen that one before. There's our Arcane Signet. You know where you're going. Colossal Hammer. Now, I am wondering if in this deck we are going to see a copy of Sigarda's Aid. You would think that in a deck that's focused on auras and equipment, you want to include as card number 1 Sigarda's Aid, because if we do see that, then this comes into play. CMC of 1, and it gets equipped immediately, and it's a +10/+10. So hopefully we're going to see Sigarda's Aid. Explorer Scope, yeah, that's another one. Oh, what's this one? Face Steed. This must be one of the newer cards. I'm not familiar with this. All right, when it attacks, another attacking creature you control gains indestructible till end of turn. Whenever a creature or planeswalker you control becomes a target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, ooh, you may draw a card. That's pretty nice. Yeah, let's add that to the sweetness pile. No offense, Walter Payton. You can share the sweetness title. All right, Holy Avenger. 2 and a white equipped creature has double strike. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage, you may put an aura card from your hand onto the battlefield attached to it. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Now, again, if we're able to set up an engine where we can cast this in, if we can cast this spell with flash, and we have an ability that lets it equip onto a creature when it enters the battlefield, similar to what Sigarda's Aid would do, this would be very, very sneaky, because this comes in, gives the creature double strike, then we can also put an aura onto that creature as well. Wow, that's a well-designed card. Very, very cool. Mantle of the Ancients. Oh, I'm wary of an aura that costs 5, 3 and double white. All right, let's see what this does. Enchant creature we control. When it ETBs, return any number of target aura and or equipment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield attached to enchanted creature. And it gets +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it. All right. Well, the payoff is definitely worth the investment of 3 and 2 white. Again, I would really want to have some kind of flash enabler. I don't want to cast this spell on my turn. I want to end of turn cast this spell, just because if for any reason the creature gets 2 for 1 and the aura spell fizzles, I don't lose the majority of my resources during my own turn, and I'm not left completely vulnerable. So one of the very first upgrades I would include in this deck, if it isn't already, is I want some flash enabling in this deck. Mantle of the Ancients could be powerful, but we have to set up a scenario in which we're not left too vulnerable. All right, we got another equipment here. Rise of Stars. Equipped creature gets +0/+3. Astral Projection. What the heck is that? Equipped creature phases out. Oh, that is awesome. Ooh, and it's only 1 to equip? Oh, man, you can put that into that's like Commander Protection right there. That is an awesome card. Man, that's a pretty sweet equipment right there. Very nice. All right, Valiant Endeavor. We have a sorcery here with a mana value of 6. Roll 2d6, choose 1 result. Destroy each creature with power greater than or equal to that result. Then create a number of 2/2 white knight creature tokens with vigilance. Ooh, that's pretty sweet. I would like to include this into my Saskia the Unyielding token deck. That would be really cool, particularly because you get to roll 2d6. Power greater than or equal to that result. Yeah, that's a pretty sweet card. Nice. All right, I like that one. Diviner's Portent. X and triple blue. Triple blue shouldn't be a problem in a 3-color deck. I want to get greedy with this card. I remember this card during preview season. I remember thinking to myself, ooh, I'd like to put this in a couple of my different 5-color decks. The triple blue may be a little intimidating. However, with the number of triomes and shocklands and fetches and some other artifact ramps some other artifact ramp cards that are included, like Arcane Signet and Commander Sphere and Felwar Stone, getting triple blue may not be that tough, because I'd like to be able to pull off the ability, it's an instant, you roll a d20 and add the number of cards in your hand. Clearly, we're minimally drawing X cards, but if we hit the 15 plus, we're scrying X and then drawing X cards. And that's a big deal, because we get to just pick and choose what's on top of our library. We get to pick and choose what cards go into our hand. I mean, if we're scrying the top 7 cards of our library, we're really going to be able to set ourselves up not only for the cards that we can draw, but getting some of the chaff maybe to the bottom of the library that we don't want clogging up our hand. Diviner's Portent, sweet card. All right, what is this? Netherese Puzzle Ward. Okay, enchantment, 3 and a blue. Focus Beam. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a d4, then scry X, where X is the result. Okay. Whenever you roll a die's highest natural result, draw a card. See, this one I'm not so keen on. Mana investment of 4. It does nothing when it ETBs. We have to wait around, and you have to hit the highest result just to draw a card. I can't put that in my sweet pile, sorry. That one's just, I don't think that one's a very strong card. All right, equipment, Winged Boots. Equipped creature has flying and ward 4. Wow, not bad. Wow, plus its mana value was only 2 and equipped for 1? The ward 4 is really nice. Okay, let's put that into the sweet pile. Man, the sweet pile of this deck is getting pretty thick. Belt of Giant Strength. Okay. 1 and a green, equipped creature has base power and toughness 10. Oh, crap. Equipped for 10. This ability costs X less to activate, where X is the power of the creature it targets. Right off the top of my head, I want to put this in Zaxara, because so many of the creatures in that deck have base power toughness 0/0 because they enter into the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters depending on the mana invested in the spell. So if we have a number of +1/+1 counters on a creature, let's just say for the purposes of clarity, we put 10 +1/+1s on a creature, 10 +1/+1 counters on a creature. This comes down for 1 and a green. The equip cost is 0 because it's going to target. It's going to equip a creature where its power is 10, and it's X less to activate, where X is the power of that creature. So then we double its power, because if we have 10 +1/+1 counters on a creature with a base power toughness of 0/0, it becomes a 10/10 creature with 10 +1/+1 counters. Oh, I would definitely, that's first thing right into Zaxara. Wow, very, very cool card there. All right, Song of Inspiration, 3 and 2 green. Choose up to 2 target permanents. Choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard, roll a d20, and add the total mana value of those cards. Return them to your hand, or return them to your hand and gain life equal to their total mana value. That one's just okay to me. Caddy Bree of Mithril Hall. All right, come on, focus in, camera. Getting there. We go. Green and a white, we got a first strike Reacher, 2/2. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each equipment attached to it. Tap 1, remove all +1/+1 counters from her. It deals X damage to a target attacking or blocking creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of counters removed this way. Okay, so it seems like this is going to take some time to build up. I think it could have some use. I think by itself, it being legendary, you could probably put a pretty sweet Selesnya build. We'll put it into the sweet deck. I can see that. I mean, if you wanted to build a more straightforward Selesnya aura equipment build, I mean, she's not going to do anything for your auras, but she may be a pretty good commander if you're looking to put more of an equipment focus into the deck. All right, come on, camera. Ride the Avalanche. Okay, green and a blue. Instant next time you cast... The next spell you cast this turn can be cast as though it had flash, and when you cast it, put X +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature where X is the mana value of that spell. Again, I know it's a recurring theme, but that's got Zaxara written all over it. All right, Angel of Finality. It's a reprint. We know all about that. Pure Steel Paladin. What a great card for any equipment-heavy builds. The Realm Cloaked Giant getting a reprint from Throne of Eldraine. Okay. SRAM. You have to have SRAM if you've got aura equipment and you want to draw some cards. SRAM is the man. All right, Winds of Wrath. Okay. Imprisoned in the Moon. Eldritch Moon card. That was actually my promo that I opened up when I participated in an Eldritch Moon pre-release. All right, Prognostic Sphinx. 3/5 flyer for 5. Discard a card. It gains hexproof. Tap it. When it attacks, scry 3. Meh. Oh, they put Greater Good in this deck? Oh, that is awesome. Oh, man, Greater Good needs more reprints. This is a great card. Oh, I'm so happy to see that that's... Oh, my God, they have Heroic Intervention in this deck? Holy crap, with new art as well? Wow, they reprinted Heroic Intervention in a commander deck? Wow, new art treatment too? Holy crap and crap. Wow, that is awesome. Holy mackerel. Get these guys into the awesome sweet pile. Wow, Heroic Intervention. That is sweet. All right, Verdant Embrace, you know about that one. Cold-Eyed Selkie, that's pretty good for drawing some cards, as you know, as long as we can have our opponents getting Island Walk. Fleece Mane Lion of Theros, OG Theros, Knight of Autumn from, I think that was one of the, that was Guilds of Ravnica. Argentum Armor, that's a great, this is a great equipment if we can take advantage of it entering the battlefield and becoming equipped to a creature immediately. Hence my desire to include Sigarda's Aid. All right, Basilisk Collar, okay. Masterwork of Ingenuity, of course. Moon's Silver Spear, Avacyn Restored. Oh, they reprinted Sword of the Animist in this deck too? Are you kidding me? Holy crap. Sword of the Animist, Heroic Intervention. Wow, that is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Holy mackerel. Wow, this deck is amazing. All right, here's our lands. Probably won't be too many surprises here. And so far up, there's our trusty Soul Ring. You know where that's going. Can't get enough copies of Swiftfoot Boots. Will we have a Lightning Greaves in here? That might be tough. It might be tough just because of all the number of auras and other equipment. We probably don't want to give one of our creatures Shroud. Viridian Longbow. Some more lands. There's our Command Tower. Floodplain. Oh, this is one of the cycle of the quote-unquote fetch lands that enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, Grasslands, Halimar Depths. Path of Ancestry is good. Terramorphic Expanse. Oh, they put the Thrivings in here. Oh, wow, all three of them from Jumpstart. Very cool. Vitu-Ghazi. Oh, sweet. We got some of the basics with the text because this is D&D. Nice. I like that. All right, so we got the basics. Here's our ultra thick copy of Galea. And our tokens. And no Sigarda's Aid, but that is card number 1. So for me, card number 1 is to add in this deck is Sigarda's Aid, and then card number 2A, 2B, 2C, however number of cards, however number of times you can do it. We want Flash Enablers. That's what I want to see in this deck. Can't believe they reprinted these two cards in one deck. Sword of the Animist and Heroic Intervention. Wow, very, very good deck. I am most impressed by this commander deck. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is MTG Burgeoning, your channel for all things Magic.